Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of Find Out What's in Pelenta's Forrest. So grab yourself a glass of water or a cup of tea and spend the next few minutes with me. And don't believe everything you hear, and check your facts, do your own research. I almost forgot my butterflies. What that means is, don't believe me, because I might be a liar. Don't you want to know what my butterflies are saying? I think you do. Don't you want to know what my butterflies are talking? This is Find Out What's in My Forest. Today, it is a beautiful day today, and I think you're beautiful, and I'm a little disheveled, but oh well, what else is new? Well, anyway, guess what's going on? I got news to share with you, and it is some juicy news. Well, today we are going to be talking about Susie Q and her ho-hos, ding-dongs, and little zingers. Because when all that sweet, creamy, good, juicy stuff that you're swallowing is going down, it could send you to the ER or the hospital with the disease of diabetes. So get your minds out of the gutter, because today we are going to be talking about the devastating effects that sugar has on the diabetic person. It could explode your pancreas, okay? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And back in the day, we were all in preschool, well, maybe not preschool, but preschool, middle school, high school. On our lunch breaks, we used to love to break out those Susie Q's, those ho-hos, those ding-dongs, those Twinkies, the little apple pies, the Scooter chocolate pies. You remember those days? And we get all hyped up, but we were on the playground, running around, playing. We also had our milk, our apple juice, and our water, and we were able to burn off all that energy. Well, now that we've gotten older, not so much. So those ho-hos and them ding-dongs will get us in trouble. Now listen to this. Susie Q's, those calories, 220 calories, 27 grams of sugar. The ho-hos, 307 calories, 42 grams of sugar. Them big old ding-dongs, 330 calories, 33 grams of sugar. Them little zingers, 420 calories, 17 grams of sugar. Okay? Now, in case you don't know what diabetes is a number of diseases that involve problems with the hormone insulin. Now, normally, the pancreas, which is an organ behind the stomach, releases insulin to help your body store and use the sugar and fat from the food that you eat. But diabetes can occur when the pancreas produces very little or no insulin, or when the body does not respond appropriately to insulin. Now, unfortunately, with all the medical technology and all the wonderful new things that we have going on in the medical world, there is still no cure. So people with diabetes need to manage their diabetes to stay healthy. So I'm going to tell you about some signs and symptoms that might alert you to the fact that you may actually be in danger of having diabetes and you just don't know it. So there is still time for you to get to the doctor and get this checked out. Now, it doesn't hurt to ask a question. Better be safe than sorry. So intense hunger is one. As the insulin in your body is not working properly or is not there at all, and your cells are not getting their energy, your body may react by trying to find more energy or food. you will become hungry. Weight gain. This might be the result of the above symptom: intense hunger. Unusual weight loss. This is more common among people with type 1 diabetes. As your body is not making insulin, it will seek out another energy source because the cells aren't getting glucose. Okay? Muscle tissue and fat will be broken down for energy, as type 1 is of a more sudden onset and type 2 is more gradual. Weight loss is more noticeable with type 1. You will have increased fatigue. If your insulin is not working properly or is not there at all, glucose will not be entering your cells and providing them with energy. This will make you feel tired and listless and irritability. Some of you just get irritable because you're just irritable people, but others get real irritable when your blood sugar starts to drop, okay? Or if your blood sugar starts to skyrocket. Another thing is blurred vision. This can be caused by tissue being pulled from your eye lenses. That sounds creepy and painful. Now, this affects your eye's ability to focus. Now, with proper treatment, this can be treated. But there are severe cases where blindness or prolonged vision problems can occur. Now, cuts and bruises don't heal properly or as quickly. Now, do you find that cuts and bruises take a much longer time to heal than they usually do? When there is more sugar or glucose in your body, its ability to heal can be undermined, okay? More skin and or yeast infections. Now, when there is more sugar in your body, its ability to recover from infections is infected. Women with diabetes find that it is especially difficult to recover from bladder and yeast infections. Now, let me tell you, men also get yeast infections, especially the men that are not circumcised. Now, you can get yeast infection, and this is for you men. You can get yeast infections around your testicles, especially underneath your testicles where it stays nice and warm, because you might wear briefs instead of boxers, you know. And also, if you're not circumcised and if you don't pull back that foreskin and clean in there really good, yeast can grow in there and become really sticky and nasty and cause infections. So you want to keep an eye on that, gentlemen. And also, also itchy skin. A feeling of itchiness on your skin is sometimes a symptom of diabetes. And also your gums will become red and swollen and pull away from your teeth, and bleeding gums too. But I'm not going to get into the whole dentist thing, but this is just some complications. And also too, if you continue to ignore these symptoms and just brush it off like, oh, I'm not going to worry about it, oh, it's no big deal, this is the end for you here. Complications linked to badly controlled diabetes. Okay, eye complications. You can have glaucoma, cataracts, foot complications, neuropathy, ulcers, gangrene. You know, you could have a little cut on your toe that gets infected. It's untreated. All of a sudden, you start getting your limbs amputated. You know, now, do you seriously want to have a toe or a foot amputated because you were careless and didn't look after yourself? You know, there's skin complications. People with diabetes are more susceptible to skin infections and skin disorders. You have heart problems, hypertension, mental health, uncontrolled diabetes. You can suffer from depression, anxiety, hearing loss. You know, diabetic patients have a higher risk of developing hearing problems. You have gum disease, neuropathy, nerve damage. You saw Cedric the Entertainer. He's on a commercial. I think he's either talking about his nerve pain or his father's. I'm not quite sure about that. But you can go to any drugstore and pick up a little A1C. I think it's called A1C. I'm not sure about that. I think I might have that wrong. But you can pick up a little diabetic machine that can prick your finger and test your blood sugar and see what your blood sugar is. Because according to what I'm reading here, before meals, 110 is pretty much normal. Between 80 and 130 blood sugar is good. But once you start getting up, past, 180 and into the 200s, you need to see a doctor because that's not good. Now, we're not saying that you can't have a nice, big, juicy ding-dong or a ho-ho or two throughout the day or throughout the week, but all things in moderation. Too much of a good thing oftentimes can kill you. So you need to have those ho-hos and ding-dongs in moderation because too many of all that good, sweet stuff is not good for you. So, you need to spread them ho-hos and them ding-dongs out. Have a good meal. You got to have a salad, have a little dessert on the side. So if you, space out your meals, talk to your doctor, all things in moderation, you should be okay. But when you go to your doctor, you need to show up like you give a dang about your health. You don't just walk in there all slouched over and like, yeah, doc, what's up and this and that. You know what? Your body, I've said this before, but your body is a gift. Okay? This is our present. You're supposed to take care of it. Just like a baby that wheezes on itself in a diaper. You don't want to keep that urine on you. Yeah, it comes out warm, but then it gets cold and nasty and sticky on you. No. Get a baby wipe. Get yourself cleaned up. Get that urine, that poop off you. Put a little, Desitin on you and some cornstarch powder. Get yourself cleaned up. Otherwise, you're going to be walking sticky. Your skin's going to be chafed and start cracking. You're going to be extremely uncomfortable. It is the exact same thing with your body. Take care of your body. Get yourself cleaned up. Act like you care. Don't act like you care. Do care. Go into the doctor's office. He doesn't have time to play and mess around with you. He has other patients to see that actually do care about their health. Do yourself a favor. Show up with a list. Write down a list. I'm not saying you're stupid. I know you're smart, but you have a very busy life. You have a lot going on. Write down things just in case you might forget something. You'll be glad you did. You go in there. Do I need medication to treat my diabetes just in case I have it? If so, what do you recommend, doc? And how will it help lower my blood sugar and keep it under control? When will I start to see results? And how can I tell if it's working? Will I feel different? What dosage should I take? How often should I take it? And if it's around mealtime, do I take it before eating or do I take it with food? And what should I do if I miss a dose? Does this medication put me at risk for low blood sugar? And if yes, what can I do to avoid that? How will this medication interact with the other medications that I take, both prescription and over the counter? And can I do anything to help the medication work more effectively? Does this medication need to be stored in any special way? Because you'd be surprised the stipulations on some of these medications. Some of the medications actually tell you while you're taking it, you must not be exposed to direct sunlight. Some of the medications say store the medication in a cool, dark place. The medication has to be kept in the freezer. Some medications have to be kept in the refrigerator for them to work effectively. So these are important questions, and if this medication does not work as well as we hoped, what is the next step? Okay, so oftentimes we will see signs that we ignore because we're too afraid to address them for whatever reason. But lots of times, if people are honest, they will tell you In January, I noticed something, but they ignored it. Well, when they went to the doctor in November, it was already in the dark stages. And the doctor told them, you know what? If you would come in January, when you first felt that lump, or when you first threw up, or when you first got that weird feeling in your head, we could have stopped this. That's hard to hear. That is hard to hear. So listen to me. You are a gift to this world. You matter. You're important. Okay? Stop being a chicken. Get your fine self to the doctor and get checked out. Okay? Just do it. You'll be glad you did. And the people that love you, your family and friends, they'll be glad you did too. And you will feel better. You will feel much, much better. So on that note, you guys, thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for watching. And I am so very grateful for everything. And I'm grateful for you too. So as usual, you can go to Amazon and get my book. You can go to Book Venture also and buy it. It is a good read. And you guys go out into the world and be fabulous, because I'm fabulous, because you're fabulous, and we're all fabulous, and everything is just freaking fabulous. Fabulous. Have a great day, everybody. I'll catch you on the flip side.